Subject line, welcome! Welcome, everybody, to your new job. Welcome to the Home Safety Hotline family. We are pleased to have you aboard as our brand new Home Safety Hotline responder. Your supervisor's name is Carol. I remember Carol. Carol Regina. She'll be calling you today to brief you on your duties and will be reviewing your work daily to ensure maximum accuracy. As a reminder, responders with a 90% accuracy rate or more will qualify to receive our daily employee coupons. So we don't get paid, we just get coupons. Work hard and be rewarded with incredible savings. Sincerely, HSH Corporate. That's so nice of them. Video files on desktop. Attention call team. Due to an error with our archival network, some of you may notice video files from our video archive appearing on your desktop. Please disregard these. They will be cleared up in due time. Sincerely. Oh, okay. So let's exit out of this. Videos. So is this television commercial, maybe? Thousands of families suffer injuries or even death. House fires. Flooding. Black mold. Metamorphosis. Don't become a statistic. Call the Home Safety Hotline and keep your family safe. Wouldn't want to wake up to that at 3 a.m. Okay, so I don't think that's the video they were talking about. Can we go into our options? Oh, we can. Oh, it's like... Okay. It's just normal, like, option stuff. I didn't know if they were hiding anything in it. Okay. We don't need credits. Let's get started. We can talk to Carol. Carol Regina. It's a Monday. Welcome, employee. To begin shift, please clock in below. Clocking in. You better pay me for every second. No entry selected. Okay, so we have just the basic entries at the moment. You know, bed bugs, bees, black mold. Oh. Hello. How can I help you?
Welcome to Home Safety Hotline, new employee. My name is Carol, and I'll be acting as your supervisor during your time here at HSH. Before you begin your first day here, let me tell you a bit about how things work here. You are an HSH responder. As such, it is your
We're gonna
job
pretend
to
like we don't know how
household
things work, I
hazards so
guess.
you can answer the questions of our callers intelligently. When a client calls, answer the call and listen carefully to their concerns. When you've diagnosed their issue, submit the corresponding household hazard, and we'll forward them safety instructions to address their problem. Welcome to the HSH family. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Okay, Carol. With your big, chunky crystal necklace, my goodness. Okay. Are we gonna get a phone call from somebody that's not Carol? About carpenter ants, maybe? I wonder if we have to do the intro calls again that were in the demo. Probably. Cockroaches. Gopher. Somebody have a gopher problem? I kind of like that little noise. Oh! Hello?
John here. My wife insisted I call this number.
She
It sounds like
insisted.
she thinks we might have some kind of infestation. My wife keeps telling me about specks of dirt or something in the kitchen. Just looks
Okay.
like coughing to me. I don't know. You tell me, I guess.
I think I remember this one. And this was the...
Please hold.
Please hold. This was black mold, was it not? Hopefully we can just like jump through these intro ones. Small black spots, a musty smell, allergic reactions. Can be removed with regular cleaning supplies. I feel like it was black mold. Oh my gosh. Raccoon, ticks, termites. Small holes in drywall or squeaky floorboards. Damage they can cause to a blah blah blah. Can remove using common pesticides. Decaying plant material. She keeps telling me about specks of dirt or something in the kitchen. Just looks like coffee to me. Feed on human and animal blood and are most commonly found in tall grass. So it's not this. I feel like it was pretty obvious when it would say mice. Worthless rodents commonly found in the household. Commonly report gnaw marks, small round droppings, and sounds of squeaking. Buzzing sound and thoughts of decay? Thoughts of decay? Ah! Cockroaches are small insects known to be common household pests. Homeowners with cockroach infestation commonly report seeing droppings that appear similar to coffee grounds. Entry. We need cockroaches. Info successfully sent to client. Good job. Thank you. Okay. Raccoon. Ah! Hello?
Hi, I'm so sorry. My name is Grace, and it's probably nothing, but I thought
Is
I'd
Grace
call
the
just
mouse
in
girl?
case. Lately, I can't sleep at night because of this annoying little sound coming from my attic. It sounds kind of like eek, 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 you know? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it could just be
Yes.
regular old house noises, but I just thought I'd call to ask and make sure.
Yeah, Grace. I love that you demonstrated the sound for us. Okay, so this is like mice for sure. Mice infestation commonly report gnaw marks, small round droppings, and the sound of squeaking. Maybe perhaps like an eek, eek. Alright, Grace, I think you got yourself a little mouse problem if you just go ahead and get yourself some pesticides. Why? I feel like that's incorrect. Introduction of a house cat. You could just get a cat, you know? I wouldn't mind a cat. I think that sounds like a great suggestion. Info successfully sent. Good job. Thank you. So we could have a mole. Pointed pink muzzles. It sounds cute. Hello, caller.
Hank here.
Hi, Hank.
Last week I called your guys about some crap in my yard. I was told wasn't anything to worry about.
We are not a garbage
Guess what?
disposable.
There's more piles of crap in my yard.
Some of them have adorable
I'm
noses.
talking
Yeah, it said
huge
pink
piles of
muzzles.
brown out there. You better not tell me it's nothing again, because I know I've seen something moving out there. Tell
Is
me
this-
what it is so I can take care of it once and for all.
Is mole actually our answer here? Just talking about how cute they are? There's more piles of crap in my yard. I'm not talking huge piles, or I am talking huge piles of brown out there. I'm thinking raccoon? Really?
Please hold.
Huge piles of brown? It didn't say there was trash. The burrows tend to look like volcano-shaped mounds and they're known to eat insects. I mean, let's read the raccoon one. What does it say? Garbage spills are clattering. It doesn't say... Oh, you think he's talking about actual crap? I thought he was just saying... I don't know. This doesn't say poop though either, if you think he's actually talking about, like, feces. I took it literally. Well, now you got me questioning it. Their tendency to rummage through garbage cans or nest in attics. It's not gonna be ticks. What other... Oh, maybe a gopher? Brown furry mammals and large front teeth that are known for living in burrows. They can become a pest to homeowners when they choose to burrow in their property, commonly damaging gardens. That doesn't really... I think we're gonna go mole. Because it actually talks about What about carpenter ants? Oh no, this is in houses. We're gonna go mole. I'm thinking mole because of the mounds. Yeah, with the mounds of brown. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if we get... All we have to do, really, is get a 90% so we can get our coupons. It was sent! Good job! I don't like how it doesn't say, like, incorrect or correct. It just says, good job, you sent over the info. Like, thanks.
Twig Sigmund here.
Twig Sigmund here.
Your refrigerator's been running wild over here for the past 45 to 90 minutes. Been running wild. Better head on over and catch it, big fella.
Okay. Our refrigerator's been running wild. I can't wait till we start getting the creepy stuff. Like, yeah, bed bugs are fun and all, but not as fun as little creatures that sleep in our desks and organize things for us. Hello?
Hey, do you guys have a lawn mowing service or something? My good-for-nothing kid refuses to mow, and it's getting real crazy out there.
Getting real crazy.
Over here. My kid is complaining about being too sick to do anything about it. Stress of this stupid lawn.
I'm sure he has a great relationship with his kid.
Can you send some guys up to get this done?
Yeah, sure thing, buddy. We'll totally send somebody over for you right away. This is... ticks? Feed on human and animal blood, most commonly found in tall grass. They launch into their host, often unseen, and burrow their head into the flesh of their victims. Hosts will also often report symptoms of illness such as fever, headaches, and chills. We're going ticks, baby. We went too far, baby. Good job. Thank you. All right, Carol, is our day. Oh, I take it is over. Accuracy 100%. We're heckin' smarty pants. All right? We're heckin' pesticide nerds, dude. Yay! We completed our first day. Let's go. Well, it's a new day. Oh, do we have an email? What? Subject line, quit before it's too late. From Mike 3. You don't know me, but I used to have your job. You are in danger. Quit today before it's too late. You don't know enough. It's not too late to quit freely. Trust me. Who? Mike? Hello? Are you the one that called and said my refrigerator was running? Congratulations, employee. Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon. It's for HSH Bug Spray. Bug Spray helps you keep those bugs where they belong, outside. Just one spray keeps insects at bay. Using a state-of-the-art chemical makeup, insects are repelled by the pet-safe scent. Heck yeah, Bug Spray! And will immediately seek the fresh air of the outdoors faster than you can shake a fly swatter. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Buzz off. Keep up the great work. All right. Can we actually buy this? Is there a... I don't think there's a shop. And there's no, like, internet button. So, you know, this is just the, yeah, this is just that. That was weird. Credits, yeah, I don't think we can go online and purchase it. That makes me sad. It's Tuesday. Shall we clock in? Clocking in. Work mode activated from here on out. Let's go. Oh, Carol. Are you gonna call me? Carol. I want my new entries, Carol. I've earned it, Carol.
Hello?
Hey, it's Carol.
It's Carol again, your supervisor. I'm calling to let you know that you have been granted access to additional household hazard information. Please be aware that this information is confidential and not to be shared with anyone outside of HSH. If you diagnose one of these hazards, we will be providing only information to the clients that is pertinent to addressing their concerns. Nothing more. Thank you.
Okay, so now we have our super secret entries. Permissions have been updated. New entries available. Bat. Nobody knows about bat. Mike doesn't know nothing. Mike doesn't know about bats, I bet. You know? I think Mike just went crazy. Mike probably don't even remember bats.
Sorry, I'm calling to see if you might know about anything I can do to...
Current caller, Mike?
Sorry. Anything you can do to prevent pollen from coming in the house? I think there's something seriously wrong with my ventilation or something, because I cannot stop sneezing. In the past, I haven't had problems so long as I've stayed inside, but I think something is getting in.
You don't think this is the Mike, do you? Alright, sneezing problems. Oh, there's lots of entries. Oh, there's lots. Nah, you wouldn't be that audacious. I mean, how many Mikes could there possibly be in the world, you know? I feel like there's only a couple, like maybe like one or two. And you think that both of them have interacted with us at this point? That just seems unlikely. Common hops are the most common species of hop found in the household. They have no false face. They're known for their tendency to consume dust, dirt, and common sticky substances. Okay, so not you, probably. Carbon monoxide? Invisible and odorless poisonous gas that is produced whenever a fossil fuel is burned. CO buildup can cause by poorly installed maintenance stove and water heater appliances or a result of poor ventilation. Homeowners affected by CO poisoning will often report headaches, dizziness, or lethargy. Okay, but this guy's sneezing, so I don't think it's that. Large species of fungi that are known to grow in the dark, damp environments, such as cellars. Homeowners infested with cellar growth commonly report a slimy residue, the sound of dripping or stretching, or strange glows coming from their cellar. That's creepy, and it has an audio sample. Disgusting. Okay. It's not that. Desk hobs. Ew. Physically similar to other hobs. This doesn't say anything about sneezing. False beet? Like a beet. Eating them, disguising. They will take root in a human stomach, feeding off its nutrients for its lifetime. Okay. Look at this little guy! Exception of generally longer, wilder hair locks, they also bear a false face. Okay, not that. It's probably not frozen pipes. Report strange faucet smells, banging and whistling sounds. What are we? It's not gonna be a house fire. What are we? I feel like we're missing something. Or I'm literally just... Is it not any of the new entries at all? Is it just black mold? What if it's just black mold? A musty smell, allergic reactions, or breathing problems. Prevent pollen. I think there's seriously something wrong. Can't stop sneezing. But something's getting in. Cause allergic reactions or breathing. Yeah. I feel like maybe it's just black mold. Let's try it. I want someone to be infested by bees. Alright, I don't know if that means that we were correct or not, but you know. Do bees sound, or do bats sound like that?
Do you know if there's such a thing as house thieves that clean? Like, maybe to disguise the robbery? At night, I keep hearing all this noise coming from my living
That's gonna be
room,
one of
but
those hobs.
when I go look at it, I find the place spotless, but haven't yet found anything missing. I've talked with the cops, but they keep telling me to call this number.
It's one of the hobs.
So here I am. Is there something you can do?
Yeah, I can tell you what it is.
Please hold.
But if I remember correctly, you can't get rid of them. I think it's a common hob. Look at him! He looks like a little tree. Most common species of hob, they're small humanoid creatures with gray burlap skin and small vertical tufts of hair on their head. They have no false face. They are known for their tendency to consume dust, dirt, and common sticky substances found on floors and dishes, cleaning them in the process. They generally only come out at night. They're not dangerous. If provoked, however, they are capable of mischievous acts and metamorphosis. Hobs cannot be compelled to leave on their own once nested in a home. Instead, one should take measures to prevent provoking metamorphosis by leaving out a bowl of cream or milk at night. Yeah, so you can't get rid of them. I wouldn't be complaining about this. I know, clean my house in the middle of the night. I will leave you a bowl of milk every single night if you clean. I don't know if you guys could really hear that. It was pretty quiet, but that was horrifying sounding. But I am pretty sure that you just have a common hob and you should just let him do his job. Like, just let him clean. That's all he wants to do. He's just a little clean guy. He just likes dust and milk. Seems pretty harmless. I'd be more annoyed by the desk hob. Because I'd be like, why can't you do my entire house? Hello?
Yo, Buzzgoober here.
Buzzgoober here.
I got these snappers itching and whooping and crying all over the place. Just all over the place. I got these whippersnappers yelping and whining, and I can't get a wink of sleep. She's trying to lay down over here. What you gonna do about all this? I've called about 5,500 times, and y'all haven't done a thing about it.
You know, I spent a very short amount of time in the state of Wisconsin, United States, okay? A couple months, I would say, I spent in Wisconsin, of the US of A. They all sound exactly like this. I'm sorry if you're from Wisconsin. You said this is you. This is you. If you're born and raised, this is you. Like, read it back to me and try not to sound like that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Kind of like it's kind of charming though, but also this can't take you seriously. I just can't. I see where this is going. Yeah. The little, like, growling and stuff. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. I was gonna say, can I get another caller? Hello, caller! Howdy!
I don't know what's going on inside my house. I hear something crawling in the walls. I think I found teeth marks on my bedposts. I can't sleep at night knowing there's something in my house. Help me, please!
Bed teeth? I'm gonna assume this is bed teeth. What? This is like... Bed teeth are a rare kind of household fungus known for growing in small, cone-like shapes on the underside of bed sheets, blankets, or comforters. Homeowners infested with bed teeth often report mild discomforts when sleeping, such as tickling or itching, and more rarely slimy acidic residue on their skin. Absolutely not. This is also not our problem. Something in the walls and teeth marks on my bedpost. Carpenter ants? I feel like you wouldn't notice their teeth marks. Known for nesting inside of wood, homeowners are infested. Sometimes report a faint rustling sound coming from their walls. I just don't feel like that's it. Maybe it's mice again? They commonly report gnaw marks. But it doesn't say anything about inside the walls. Do you have a raccoon? She didn't say anything about squeaks. Yeah. Gray and brown fur. Rummage through garbage cans. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I feel like the only thing... That doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is mice. It's the only thing that said... like gnaw marks. Find their way inside the home during their hibernation period. With bat infestation will commonly report sounds of scratching or flapping at night and sightings of small pellets. I feel like I'm gonna go mice. I just feel like the gnaw marks are very important to this. It says good job. I don't know if that... The bat? A little cutie bat?
Yeah, hey, I'm calling about a noise I've been hearing in my house lately. Sounds like
Hi, Fred.
scratching or something. It's
Okay.
real quiet. So definitely some kind of pest in my walls. I've sent out all kinds of traps, but I thought one worked for a while. Then I started hearing it again this week. I thankfully haven't seen any visible damage or droppings or whatever.
There's no way it's mice again.
Please hold.
In your walls. He said he hasn't seen droppings. And he mentioned no noises at night. Sometimes report buzzing, stings. Okay. Nesting inside of wood. Faint rustling sound coming from their walls. Scratching or something. It's real quiet. Faint. I think it's carpenter ants. Final answer, because I don't want to read all of the entries again. We're going carpenter ants. No whammy? No whammy? No whammy? No whammy? Good job! I still don't know if that means we got it right or not. I don't know if that's a confirmation or if that's just saying, like, good job telling them something and getting them off the phone so we can get another caller in, you know? Like... Hello, caller! I'm real great at my job, I promise.
Handle security. I need home security installed. Someone's breaking into my house and going through all my stuff at night. I know it's Bob from accounting. He's always been envious of me. I know what you're doing, Bob. Going through my papers, taunting me with your organization skills. I need your best home security equipment. Pronto!
Please hold.
So Dan's got a desk hob, huh? I'm thinking Dan's got a desk hob. Inhabit desks, vanities, other similar structures. They like to tidy their homes and will frequently sort and order materials in the desk to their liking. Physically similar to other hobs, but are generally much smaller and have raspy, loose hair. Yeah, you're stuck with this little buddy forever. Like, you should leave him some breadcrumbs. Just give him some little bitty breadcrumbs before you go to sleep at night, and you'll be happy. You'll never have to be envious of... What did he say the guy's name was? The other guy's, organization skills. Because your little desk hob will organize yours. Accuracy 100%! Yes! We are geniuses! Absolute geniuses. We sure know how to read entries, huh? Hello? Okay, so there's real estate. One bed, 2 bath, 1,000 square feet. 2 bed, 3 bath, 1,600 square feet. Okay. Why are you selling me houses, huh? Okay. It's a nice house. I mean, I wouldn't mind living there. A civil authority has issued a missing persons alert for the following counties: Bush County, Maple County, Parkway County, Berry County. Okay.
This is a missing persons alert. Authorities are currently looking for missing child Robbie Parker, male, brown hair, approximately 4 feet tall, last seen wearing a yellow shirt, brown shorts, and white tennis shoes. Suspect is described to be approximately 6 feet tall, barefoot, wearing a large bush or shrub on their person. Last seen at approximately 10:25 a.m. Please report any unusual activity to your local authorities.
Okay. So we're looking for little Robbie, who is missing and was kidnapped by a 6 foot tall bush. Got it. Uh-oh. 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 It's too late for you now. They gave you access to more info, didn't they? I warned you. If you end up like me, join me in this hole. They haven't found me yet. It's safe here. Okay, Mike. Okay. Network errors. Attention call team. Our network team is migrating our backend services over to a new hosting provider this week, so you may experience some occasional network errors over the next few days. Please be sure you are studying your information entries carefully while you still have access in case the network goes down while you are on the phone with the client. You will still be expected to provide accurate answers to our callers regardless of the network status. You guys, okay, alright, you and me, alright? It's mostly gonna be me, but also you. We gotta memorize these entries. They're telling us we're not gonna have access. This is a forewarning. And also, we have a discount on used horseshoes. You know, the perks of the job. Congratulations, employee! Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon for used horseshoe. Our stock of used horseshoes are as reliable as they are rusty. 90% of our supply are verifiably forged from real iron. Supplies run out quickly, so stock up while you can. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Oh, a great deal for sure. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Alright, now let's use those noggins to memorize some entries. It's Wednesday. We've been at this job for 2 days. You know what we're talking? We're professionals at this point, right? Right? Am I right? Am I totally? We can save people. Clocking in. I'm hoping it just runs with the same entries, though. Carol, are you gonna call me, Carol?
Hello, Supervisor Carroll here again. We've updated your permissions. You should now have access to more extensive information to work with for your future calls. Please be sure to read these new entries carefully so you can continue providing our clients with accurate diagnoses.
Yeah.
Please remember that this information is strictly confidential and not to be shared with anyone unless pertinent to a caller's needs. Thank you.
Okay, so Carol's giving us about 40 seconds, I would imagine, to memorize these new entries. Make sure we have our old entries memorized. We have a boggart. We are now in the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. General term for the metamorphosed hob. They are large, hairy humanoids between 6 to 7 feet tall and bear fairly convincing false faces. Hello, caller.
There's something in the basement. I've seen it. It's huge, almost as big as my dog. It doesn't hiss or growl or anything, but I haven't gotten close enough to it to find out what it is since it's always just lurking out of sight from the top of the stairs. I need someone to come get this thing out of my basement as soon as possible. I've locked the door since I can still hear the steps creaking under its weight down there.
I can still hear the steps creaking under its weight. Okay.
Please hold.
False rosebush? Do you think that's what kidnapped the kid? What do you think is in the... Didn't we have stair slug? Yeah. Large dog-sized slugs that are commonly known to occupy stairwells and basements. Homeowners infested with stair slugs commonly report a slimy residue on steps or other household inclines. But he... Yeah, he hasn't gone down there. But I'm willing to bet it's a stair slug. And then we gotta read these new entries, like, pronto. Okay. Tea Sprite. Subspecies of sprite that are known to feed off of tea and tea leaf residue. Homeowners infested with tea sprites commonly report leaf-like droppings and sounds of fluttering near kitchens. Doesn't sound too bad. I'm assuming this is a hobbit and clean toilets. Tend to clean their homes when they're active at night, keeping the toilets they inhabit nearly spotless.
Hey,
Peter.
I've been hearing some really weird noises coming from the bathroom faucet recently. I'm not sure what it could mean. It just makes this nasty sound anytime I run it, along with this, nasty smell.
Please hold.
Okay. Do we have pipe growth or pipe... Tube-like structures slightly larger than the pipes they inhabit, therefore clog the pipe indefinitely until the removal. No. Pipe hob? It doesn't sound like this, because this doesn't mention a smell. I would think it would be pipe something. It's not toilet. That small mushroom-like growths that many small holes in their caps that frequently grow through drywall gaps and cracks. Whistling sounds coming from their walls. Oh my goodness. I'm getting hit with the tire. This is also fungi. Known to grow on the heads of furry mammals and household pets, they often affect the animal's disposition, causing them to be drawn to the soil. They report their pets furiously digging around or inside their home. This little unicorn, they don't report that their pets have unicorn horns. You're sure it's not one of these pipe things? A human child attempts to reach their hand inside their home. Do not attempt to reach your hand inside an active pipe growth home. They are otherwise harmless to humans. That's kind of crazy. But this says that it cleans it. So it wouldn't leave a smell if it cleans it. For stealing the likeness of homeowners and passerbys, they're generally small, faceless, and voiceless humanoids carry a lid. Commonly report not being able to recognize their own face. No. Oh. Oh. Frozen pipes. Your pipes are frozen, dude? Yeah, causing stoppages, cracks, and leaks. Report strange smells, binging, and whistling sounds. Okay. Dude, you just got frozen pipes. I feel like that's not something you should have to call me about. False rose bush. Plant-like creature that's most commonly take on the appearance of a red rose bush in place of roots. These creatures have two small humanoid feet that they use to chase down prey. Homeowners with false rose bushes sometimes report missing pets or children. It is a false rose bush that took that kid.
My wife. I can't.
Quaid. Interesting way to spell Quaid.
It's gone. It's gone. My wife. I can't see her face. I can't see her face. She's dead and I can't see her face.
That's,
It's all gone. It's all gone.
Please hold.
unfortunate. Wine sprites consume wine. Small, large-eyed winged creatures with translucent skin that often appears red while they are feeding. That's messed up. I know. I'm wondering if that's the mirror one. Homeowners infested with wine sprites commonly report broken glasses and their wine having a rotten taste and smell. What's a memory wisp? Maybe that. Okay, this says the audio sample is incorrect, so... Okay. Invisible and odorless household wisps that are known for removing memories from their home and its homeowners. Homeowners infested with memory wisps will often report missing pictures, photo albums, and the inability to remember the faces of loved ones. I can't see her face. She's dead and I can't see her face. They're all gone. Do you think it's a memory wisp? He's not necessarily saying that stuff is missing, but he's like, they're all gone, it's all gone. Like, all of his photos of her, maybe? Of his dead wife? I think that's my guess. Where is it? Here. We're gonna try it. Says good job. I don't know. I don't know. Guessing this is a sprite that lives in a lamp. Flicker, burn hotter, sometimes causing a burning smell in the home. Okay. Hello?
Hey, yeah, name's Fred Pinball. I'm calling to lodge a complaint against your place of business up there. I have never seen such a big old mess left behind by your pest control team. Just tons of twigs, sticks, and pebbles. So I ain't putting up with it no more. I got sawdust coming out my drawers here. I had to grab you by the goober and smack you around till next Sunday. Now, what's you gonna do? What's you gonna do to make this right?
Okay, good. He hung up on me because I was like, can I hang up on him? I don't really want to talk to Mr. Fred Pinball there. False artifacts are seemingly human-designed objects that can manifest suddenly inside a home. They're known for making gentle buzzing sounds that can usually only be heard by very young human children or small animals. False artifacts often report out-of-place objects or missing children or pets. Hello? Hi, Harvey.
Hi? I, have no idea what's happening. My sheets
Bed
are growing
teeth?
nasty sharp things on them, and my legs itch like crazy.
Bed teeth?
Do I need to be showering more often or something?
You need to be
I
washing
usually
your bed
shower,
sheets
like,
more often.
once a week for my skin health, so
Wait, what?
maybe that's it?
You know, should we just not tell him about the bed teeth and just let him shower more? What if we're just like, yeah, you stinky boy, and that's why you're itchy because your skin is covered in grime and dirt? Maybe?
Please hold.
I mean, it's definitely bed. I'm not even going to re-look at bed teeth because it's 1000% bed teeth, but also you should probably shower more than once a week. You know, just thinking that maybe it's a combination of bed teeth and you not showering. Like, I don't think they're necessarily in the wrong this time. Like, fully. Like, I kind of think showering might also help. Hi,
Hello?
Wanda.
I was told to call this number to ask about my problem. The wall in my bedroom doesn't look right near the bottom. The bottom of the wall has some cracks, or maybe it's peeling. I'm not sure. I have a cat named Whiskers, and sometimes he likes to sharpen his claws at the couch, but he would never do that to the wall. He knows just how naughty that would be.
Okay, I don't think your cat actually has anything to do with this conversation. I'm thinking
Please
maybe you have
hold.
carpenter ants. Sometimes report a faint rust. Oh, no. What's the one that... I think it was a bat. There was something that affected the... Was it termites? There was something that affected the paint. Did I go past... I don't know my alphabet. Peeling paint, small holes in the drywall, or squeaky floorboards. We're gonna go termites. We can risk not getting a coupon, you know? I think we got that one right, though. I think we're doing an exceptionally... Why would your wood secrete? Why would your wood secrete pink? It secretes pink viscous liquid substances. Been mistreated. It's known to drip from wood materials such as furniture or walls, causing a sticky pooling buildup. Well, that'll be easy to remember, at least. Hi, Gary.
This is some kind of joke. Last week, I called you guys about some weird noises I had coming from my living room, and the info package you sent me said something about leaving out a bowl of cream? What kind of joke is that? It's been a week now that I've been dealing with this racket, no thanks to you, and now we're starting to have power outages. Your employee's stupid joke is now probably going to cost me who knows how much in repair costs. So talk to your manager and tell them they owe me big time. You figure out what's going on in my house, and you figure it out now!
Got a metamorphosis?
Please hold.
Did you... Where is the thing for that? What are they called? A boggart. A metamorphosed hob. Causing household accidents such as flooding, fires, or electrical outages. They also frequently observe their targets while they sleep. Buddy, you messed up, and I think it's because of your foul attitude. Why couldn't you just leave out a bowl of cream? I don't understand. Like... They are extremely dangerous to humans and pets due to their malicious nightly household activities, which can often cause injury or death. They also react very violently when seen by humans, but thankfully these instances are rare as they excel at staying hidden. Buddy, I just think that you have to move now. You thought it was going to be expensive to fix electrical circuits? Well, imagine how expensive it is to buy a new house. Alright? Accuracy 100%. We're good. We're good at this. We didn't even look at the entries for a couple of those. I wonder how long this game is. Is it a week? Wow! Science mysteries. The mystery of mice and men.
Mice, one of humanity's oldest friends and oldest enemies. From the Black Plague to the shelves of our pet stores, mice have lived alongside humans for centuries. And just like humans, mice may even be evolving alongside us as well.
Don't have humanoid
This
mice.
is a mus musculus, otherwise known as the common house mouse.
The mouse. The meese.
And this is Mus musculus loquentis, otherwise known as the smart mouse, a newly discovered species known for its uniquely colored iris, and more importantly, its increased intelligence.
I'm
Mice
watching
have
this as if
brains
it's like
smaller
real.
than
I'm like,
peanuts, and yet, modern science has observed they are capable of thinking quite intelligently, and in the case of the smart mouse, perhaps even capable of communication.
mice have
With the
always
help
been
of modern
decently
computer
intelligent.
technology, today's scientists have been able to interpret the previously indecipherable squeaks of a smart mouse, and have discovered what seems to be hidden messages within. Let's take a listen. What
They
do you
made that
think?
up.
Is this a wonder of evolution? Or
You
are we
just-
hearing things that aren't there?
Yeah.
Do mice and men have more in common than previously thought? Well, I suppose that's what makes this a science mystery.
You kind of just put yellow subtitles over squeaks and said that you could hear that, but nobody else, I don't think anybody else heard it. Anyway, let's check our mail. No new mail from Mike. Introducing our new office pet. Hi, we're excited to introduce to all of you our brand new office pet, Whiskers. Whiskers is loyal, friendly, and is as serious about pest control as we are. Please give Whiskers a warm welcome if you see him wander by your desk. Refrain from picking up or feeding Whiskers as he is still getting to know everyone in the office and has scheduled feeding times. So are you telling us that the office is infested with mice? Is that what you're telling us? Because that's what it said was the solution for a mice problem, was getting a pet cat. Congratulations, employee. Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon for Silver Medallion. The medallion is 100% pure silver and comes free with an iron chain for convenience. What's up with all the iron? Have you noticed? For safety both in and out of the home, never let the medallion leave your sight. Supply is limited to one, so get it while you can. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Excuse me. Pedal to the metal. Keep up the great work. $300 roonies, dude. $300. Alright, are you guys ready to start Thursday? What's the worst day? Thursday. Leah, we can clock in. Are we gonna get new entries? We still have some slots. I imagine we'll finish them by Friday.
Hello.
Hey, Supervisor Carol here.
I've been watching thee closely, employee. I'm impressed so far by your dedication to accuracy. I have once again updated your permission, so you should have access to more extensive household hazard information. Keep up the great work, employee. Our eyes rest upon thee.
Why does she keep saying thee? I've been watching thee. Like, okay. Permissions have been updated. Travel gnome. Highly invasive subspecies of gnome that are known to stow away in the luggage of unsuspecting travelers. They're found most commonly in highly forested areas of the globe. Hello, Ash.
There might be something wrong with her faucet. Recently, I've been having the worst kind of stomach bug, just aches and pains constantly. But after a month, it still hasn't gone away, and I'm thinking there's got to be something wrong with the water, because we only eat fresh, homegrown fruits and vegetables here, and we ain't never had any problems up till now. I keep hearing things about rusted pipes and water poisoning and all kinds of terrible things that can happen to the water, so can you just send someone out to get this fixed for us?
Do you think this is a trick question and it's actually the beat, the fake beat?
Please hold.
Gotta be something wrong with the water. We only eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Oh, seedling? Small insectoid creatures about the size of an aphid. They are known for burrowing in outdoor planters or gardens, feeding off the roots of nearby weeds. Never remove a weed from a seedling in an infested garden. Oh, never mind. It's not that. Laundry gnome. The horde. Floor roots. Fey flu? Whoa! That would be so crazy. Spread by the household Fey. Symptoms of Fey flu include headache, fever, eye discoloration, seeds taking root in skin pores, and blooming. Dude. I feel like... Which one? Where was it literally called fake? False beat. Take root in the human stomach, feeding off its nutrients. Digestive issues and potential back problems. Stomach bug and aches and pains constantly. I just feel like... maybe it's actually the beet. I don't feel like it has anything to do with your water. Faucet smells. What's the horde? Invisible, odorless collective consciousness that is known to collect and store large quantities of common household refuse. Okay. Just quite literally a portal. Door-shaped openings to an outdoor location other than the homeowners discovered most commonly in basements or underground cellars. Homeowners with portals frequently report cold drafts, strange dreams, and a strong desire to enter. You know what? I'm gonna say it's the beat. I kind of want to know what it says if we get a wrong answer anyway, so... It says good job. I don't know if that was correct, though. So, you know... Yeah. What other new things do we get? Oh.
The police told me to call this number, so I hope I got the right number here. Anyway, I think somebody is stalking me. I can see their shadow at night at my window, just staring into the house. When I close the window, I can still hear him out there, breathing. I've been sleeping on the couch every night this past week, just so he won't see me. The police said they can't do anything, so please, send somebody or do something about this.
That would be
I
terrifying.
can hardly sleep anymore.
I'm sorry that you have to deal with that, Felicia. Yeah, that sounds
Please
horrible.
hold.
What's a night wisp, perchance? Subspecies of wisp in the form of bright floating lights. They are known to hover outside windows at night while whispering promises of wealth and good fortune. Huh. Night gnome. For their tendency to enter the sleeping quarters of humans to watch them while they sleep. Homeowners affected by night gnomes frequently report sighting them in the middle of the night or report heavy breathing sounds during late hours. I can still hear him out there breathing. I think it's a night gnome. Let's run it. Let's see if we're correct, Amundo. We'll find out with our accuracy rating tonight, I guess. There's a laundry gnome. Subspecies of gnome with thick, fiber-like fur. They can fold their bodies into various shapes and often resemble dirty towels. Homeowners with laundry gnomes often report loud rattling or banging sounds coming from their washing machine and missing socks.
Hello,
Belinda.
yes, I believe there may be some kind of problem with our home ventilation. Lately, we've been hearing awful banging noises coming from the ceiling, and the air quality seems to have been drastically reduced. My daughter hasn't been able to stop coughing.
Please hold.
From the ceiling and the... What's getting me is the air quality seems to have been drastically reduced. Tree-like brown roots that are known to grow upwards from the floor to wrap themselves around various objects. No. The cellar is down low. Cave-like networks known to sometimes appear spontaneously in cellars and basements. Is there... Oh, attic gnome. Nests in attics and ceilings. Homeowners infested with attic gnomes will often report a knocking or rapping sound coming from the ceilings or a surplus of dust coming out of their ventilation systems. Feeding habits can often be a boon to homeowners as they consume dust, cobwebs, and household pests such as spiders in large quantity. However, when frightened, they will violently expel their meals, which can send large quantities of dust particles into the air, causing air quality issues in the household. They are very easily frightened. We're going attic gnome. Let's try it. He just sounds like he was rolling a marble or something up there. Bay feast. Feasts are mid to large-sized piles of various edible food substances, including flour, cornmeal, and various species of fungi.
Please help me. The police refused to do anything. They told me to call you. Please say you can help. My little boy, Jeremy, has gone missing. He's 8 years old and such a sweet heart. The last time I saw him was when I was tucking him into bed last night and checking his messy closet for bees to calm him down. Oh, it's silly, I know, but my poor Jeremy is always so concerned about bees and wasps and stuff. I miss him. I miss him so much. Oh, please say you can help me find him. He's all that I have.
Checking his messy closet for bees to calm him down? That doesn't sound like the rose bush, does it? Pose incredible danger to homeowners with children or pets. Their diet consists of small mammals. Was there something else that was like... It's in your closets? Bees? Just say, yeah, it was bees. I don't know what would be... Store vast quantities of trash in the home, make them prone to spreading disease. No, you don't kidnap anybody. Tucking him into bed last night and checking his messy closet for bees. He's so concerned about bees and wasps. I miss him so much. I literally don't know what this is. Broken glass. Okay. High forested areas of the globe. No. Oh, what was the night wisp again? No, they whisper promises and whatnot. Laundry gnome. Missing socks, not missing literal missing children. Exception of generally longer wild hair. Wait, what's a false artifact? It says it takes missing kids, right? Often report out-of-place objects, missing children, or pets. Wait, a gentle buzzing sound that can usually be heard. Okay, it's a false artifact. It's a false artifact. We got it. We got it. We've done it. We have figured it out. False artifact. Send. Final answer. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Good job. Thank you. What else do you got? You can't defeat me. I know all the entries. Hey, you're calling the superhero of HSH.
I'm concerned somewhat about the stability of my new home. I recently finalized the purchase and naturally afterwards found that there are several large cracks in the walls of the basement that were not previously disclosed, as well as several pieces of half-eaten cheese littered across the basement floor. I haven't been able to get in contact with the previous owners about this, and I'm wondering if you can offer any kind of legal advice.
I'd be concerned that someone was living down there.
Please hold.
Known to cause cracks and fractures in the walls of the homes they inhabit. Exception... What? This has nothing to do with cheese, though. Like, do you like cheese? Half-eaten cheese. Half-eaten cheese is sending me here, because, like... It says several large cracks in the walls. Running it. Fracture hob. I don't need to second guess myself, alright? I'm a genius at this. Yeah, we got a good job. That typically has gone well for us so far. Okay? We don't need to think too much. Hey, Go Brover.
Remember here, I need to place an order of 60 gallons of orange drink here. I got a big old party.
Got a big old party.
And we're gonna need that orange drink too. Too many mouths to feed, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Orange drink does sound pretty good.
Second thought, y'all still got that cheesy greaser. Too many mouths. Maybe pepper squeeze. Don't tell me you don't got the pepper squeeze.
Pepper squeeze. Alright there, Gub Rubber. Shift should just about be over, I think. I like the bat noises. No. Wait, that sounded weird.
Hey, so my doctor told me I should call this number. I have no idea why. He won't tell me anything. He said you could help, so here goes nothing, I guess. So I've recently lately been having just the worst headaches, and
Okay.
just barely I woke up and felt my eyes were starting to look kind of pink.
Okay.
I'm really freaked out right now, and I'm not sure what I have. I can't find anything online. Can you help me?
Okay, so all you've given me is that you have headaches and pink
Please
eye.
hold.
Did you see the No. No, I think it might be carbon monoxide. It won't load anything. Oh no. Oh no. I think it might be carbon monoxide. Should we just try it? It won't load anything. I don't think it's like a creature of any sort. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it's carbon monoxide. Remember all my confidence about being a genius? I'm swaying a little. I don't know how confident I am anymore. Hey, Kyle.
Tell me what's going on inside my home, okay? I'm freaking out over here. There's holes all over my freaking house, man. Freaking holes! I'm stepping around big wooden splinters. There's no telling how much damage there is. I've got this big gaping one in my kitchen that I have no idea how freaking deep it goes. To top it all off, my skittish little greyhound goblin is nowhere to be found. She probably took off after seeing this mess. I need help. Bad.
Please hold.
Can I still not look at my things? I'm trying to look through these and see what I think it could be. I know some of these it did say... Oh no, it's loading stuff again. Was it one of these? It's the build-up one. Oh, wait. Causing them to be drawn to soil. Broken floorboards, uprooted plants. Yeah, but she's gone. Holes all over. Big wooden splinters. My skittish little greyhound goblin is nowhere to be found. She probably took off. Yep, is she in the hole? Just like digging? I feel like maybe it's unicorn fungi. This needs forest in the toilets, ticks, termites, tea sprites in the mugs. Seedlings were for weeds, right? Those had nothing to do with pets. Yeah. I think it's the unicorn one. We're running it. Our freaking accuracy may not be that accurate today, but I'm feeling okay about it. I feel like, you know, I gotta stay confident in this. And it's possible we could make it through, but I think the calls are getting a little more vague. Like, in the beginning, it was like, I hear this, this, and this, and then the article was like, this does this, this, and this, and you're like, boom, absolutely that one.
Alright, I'm gonna need someone to explain what in the name of Christmas is happening to my living room. I'm back from vacation and the house is already turning into a disaster not 24 hours later, and my living room is absolutely covered in soil and plants. Looks like a gosh darn nursery in there. What is happening? Is this what happens when you buy a bad rug or something?
Please hold.
Is this the roots? Where is it? I was just looking at it. Where is it? floor. Oh, am I on it? I'm literally on it and I was looking for it. Are you kidding me? Known to grow upwards from the floor to wrap themselves around various objects or humans in their vicinity. It says brown. They grow slow enough they serve very little danger to awake and aware human adults. If not spotted quickly, they are known to strangle hazard for humans. Turning into a disaster. It's covered in soil and plants. Looks like a gosh darn nursery. Is that the only option we have for plants growing? Oh, cellar growths? Oh, these are the glow-in-the-dark ones. Thinking that might be our best bet is the roots. Ooh. Soil and plants. I'm thinking it's the roots. Go too far. Or roots. Maybe? Question mark? That doesn't sound like whistling. Hello?
Hello again. Yeah, I'm kind of having an emergency now thanks to the info you sent me not being effective in the slightest. This living room plant situation has only gotten worse. Now the floorboards and walls are starting to groan under the weight. There's something hiding in tall grass by the couch and I don't think it's friendly. Oh God! Oh God! It's moving! Oh! It's moving!
We were wrong. I think we were wrong. I think we might have been incorrect. And, we lost her. We did her dirty and we lost her. What could it have been then? That caused all that greenery to grow.
There's something in my basement. I don't know what it is. All I know is when I open my basement door, it smells like a damn sewer and I can hear it making all kinds of horrible noises. It sounds like there might be a lot of water down there too. I don't know what it might be doing down there, but I have a feeling it's causing a whole lot of damage. Please, send somebody to help with this. I can't
That's a
deal
lot
with
of
something like this.
damage. Okay.
Please hold.
Oh, excuse me. I think you're the grotto? Bad smell, higher humidity, noticeable increase in large beetles, frogs, and related pests. Heightened humidity, warped floorboards, weakened foundation, and other hazards. It doesn't say humidity, it just says, like he doesn't. He just says it sounds wet, like there's a lot of water. But he does say bad smell. And horrible noises. That sounds pretty horrible. Okay. Good job. Ah! 77%? We had to have missed a couple of those. Honestly. We had to have gotten a few wrong. We don't have any new videos. Do not come to the hole. Is that an I? The hole is breached. I repeat, the hole is breached. It's not safe here. Must find a new spot. It knows I'm here. Crazy. Scheduling changes. Regarding your schedule this week, due to a shortage of available staff, we will need you to come into work this Saturday and Sunday. Thanks for being a team player. Rest assured your additional labors will be recognized. That's so rude! Oh. I would hate to wake up on Friday morning and be notified that I had to work Saturday and Sunday as well. And then also Monday through Friday. But who knows if the staffing issue will be fixed by that weekend again. So then you have Saturday and Sunday again. Are we going to get the rest of our entries today?
Hello. Supervisor Carroll here. Thine accuracy continues to impress those of us above and below the soil. I have updated your permissions once more. Keep up the great work, employee. Our eyes rest soundly upon thee.
Who is Carol really, though? You know, like, animation. No. Miniature humanoid figures such as dolls, puppets, or marionettes that are capable of moving on their own. They must commonly report hearing clattering noises at night, missing and stolen. Dude, I can't do ventriloquist dummies. I can't do them.
There were Satan worshippers in my shed. I think it might be my no-good teenager having joined up with one of those dungeon dragon cults they say these days.
But is this the 80s?
Days now, and the next thing you know, I find a dang tree growing in my shed. The tree is all covered in torn-up fabric and some kind of black liquid. Classic satanistic ritual crap, I assume. Tell me what I can do to get these godless teens off my property.
Okay. So her child's been missing for days, and now there's a tree growing in her shed. That's covered in torn up fabric and a black liquid. Okay.
Please hold.
We're still missing a couple things. Sprig trees are rapidly growing trees-like organisms that take root in a human body. They are known to cause structural damage to a home as they continue to grow, generally reaching their full size in a matter of days. They are known to be caused by the touch of a spriggan. The resultant death once they have reached a certain size. Anyone near a sprig tree while it is growing in an indoor location is also at risk of injury or death from structural damage. Could be. I don't think it is, though. Oh, weird. He has like a dog face. 5-foot-tall humanoid creatures with dog-like faces that are known to burrow into dark rooms or storage closets and make their home. Homeowners infested with kobolds will sometimes report broken floorboards. False flowers are long, slender creatures that vaguely resemble common household plants. They are known to take root in indoor potted plants, disguising themselves among the flowers. Homeowners often report hearing faint singing. I wouldn't mind having a singing flower. Large, spider-like creatures known to weave dreams into reality. They're also known to cause nearby humans to only dream about everything being covered in webs. You know, I think it's gonna be the sprig tree. Soap sprites. Subspecies of sprite that are known for consuming bacteria and harmful microbes. They frequently occupy bathrooms appearing similar to pink bars of soap in order to feed off the hands that use them. They secrete suds like substance that is used. Ew. That is really gross to think about. It's Phil!
There's holes everywhere on my face. The doctors will help. They're trying to take me somewhere. Please, you have to help me. You have to.
So we were wrong about his holes, too? That makes me sad. I liked him and his dog. Rain nymphs are a subspecies of nymph that are most active during rainstorms. They're faint humanoids with a glow in their eyes that often appear near windows and doors, asking to be let inside. Rain nymphs often report flooding.
Hey, I called last week about some noises in my house, and after following the instructions you sent me, they still seem to be happening. I already told you guys what was happening, but the short story is that every night I'm hearing clattering noises coming from the kitchen. In the morning, I usually check the kitchen for any signs of droppings or whatever, but the place looks spotless. Can you please tell me what's actually happening so I can get some sleep?
Clean kitchen
Please
at
hold.
night. That sounds like a hob, but where do we have a kitchen hob? Do we have any new hobs? Toilet. Pipe. Housefly. Horn. Every night I'm hearing clattering noises coming from the kitchen. In the morning I usually check the kitchen. The place looks spotless. Where's the pipe one? Inside tube-like structures such as pipes commonly emerge from their homes at night and consume any dirt, grime, and hair in the surrounding area, cleaning it. I don't know, like... It definitely feels like it. Subspecies known with thick brownish fur, known to seek out trash receptacles and burrow inside them for both food and shelter. Smell of rotten eggs, finding large clumps of fur throughout the house. No, that sounds messy. This is clean. Toilets are only in the bathroom, not in the kitchen. Not gonna be a fracture hob. I'm gonna go. This is so probably wrong. Nothing insinuates that it's this, but we're gonna go pipe hob. I'm just gonna send it. I don't have anything backing me up, but you know, it just feels right. Is there anything we haven't looked at? Pamela.
Yes, hi. I recently purchased from your company one of your home security installation services, and not a week later, I'm still getting break-ins. As I mentioned prior, someone has been breaking into the greenhouse and taunting us with their singing. They could be some insane serial killer, for all we know. All they do is sing at night, but no one in my family feels safe anymore. None of your stupid security alarms even went off.
I think I know what this is.
Please hold.
As soon as false flower? Is that what it was? Long, slender creatures that vaguely resemble common house plants. They're known to take root in indoor potted plants, disguising themselves among the flowers, often report hearing faint singing. It said their greenhouse, so that would be indoor potted plants and singing. So we're gonna go false flower for that one. Yeah, right here. It's out of my hands. I clicked it. I clicked submit. She's gonna call back and be like, I was murdered. Flipper.
Flipper here. I've got 2 dumbbells that I bought from you.
I swear they got the same guy to do all these, like, maniac voices.
These bells have got all kinds.
And you cannot convince me that he did not grow up in Wisconsin.
Can't even see my face in them when I'm deadlifting. Know what I mean? I'm looking at these bells right now here. I'm seeing spit, crud, and juice, and Hey, who are you? How did you get in? Hey, now easy there. Get away. Get away.
What? What was that switch up? Did you hear that, like, squeaking? What was that? Someone just broke in and killed him. And squeaked at him. Closet labyrinths are large, twisting networks of tunnels that are known to occasionally appear inside of the closets or wardrobes of wealthy homeowners or left behind in homes once owned by the wealthy. Homeowners with closet labyrinths will often report missing clothes or the sound of distant cries coming from their closet. Okay.
Hello, Supervisor Carol here. I noticed that you've been experiencing regular, disruptive calls from a false caller with ulterior motives. I've seen to it that this false caller shall no longer be a blight upon me. Keep up the good work, employee.
Did Carol take him out, dude? Did Carol... Was that noise Carol? Carol went and annihilated him, man? Dude, I'm a little intimidated by Carol now. I didn't think that I needed to be afraid of her, but I think she's a creature of the night. We're not gonna have access to our files for this one.
There's some kind of insect in my house, and I think it may have died. I saw this big, nasty thing fly in through the window, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere, but I think maybe it electrocuted itself somewhere because I can smell this awful burning scent throughout the house.
The lamp sprite.
This thing and get it out of my house.
Please hold.
I don't think it'll let us click on it, but I think it's the lamp sprite. Yeah, it won't. I remember this said burning smells. I think we have to wait for the new caller. Okay. Albert.
It took my daughter. It took my daughter. She's gone. It wrapped its awful tendrils around her and took her down with it. I saw it with my own eyes. Please, send help. The police won't do anything. Send help.
Please hold.
What is it? Two small humanoid feet. I just don't know if this would classify as like tendrils. I saw it took her down with it. It wrapped its awful tendrils around her and took her down with it. I saw it with my own eyes. He's like, please help, and we're like, yeah, we think you might got a false rose bush on your hands. Think you might got a slight problem. You got a rose bush. And he's like, I saw it. Yeah, I need your help. And it's like, yeah, so here's how you get rid of it, you know? And he's like, it already took my kid. And we're like, just don't let your kid go outside. You know, it'll leave eventually. It's fine.
It stole me. It stole me. I'm not me anymore. It took me. It took me. I can't
The face.
see myself anymore. I'm gone. Help me. Help get me back, please.
Please hold.
Yeah, it's your face thing. The mirror, that's what it's called. Report not being able to recognize their own face, stealing the likeness of homeowners and passerbys. Nothing else takes spaces. Buster, why do you have a box? Where'd you get a box?
You were no help. I won't let her stay underground with that thing alone. I'm going after her. Tell my mother I love her.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, I was like, how are we supposed to help him anyway? Your kid was taken by a rose bush. What am I supposed to do about it? Ramona.
Some homeless or druggies might be in my house because I keep finding used needles, cans, metal scrap, and other such nasty things on my living room carpet. I have children in this house, and this is a very serious hazard to their health. And before you say anything, yes, I already called the police, and they told me to call this number instead. So
Is it the
I
garbage?
assume that you will send over
No.
the proper authorities to deal with this matter promptly.
Please hold.
Where's the... Oh, was it called the trash gnome? Auto report the smell of rotten eggs, finding large clumps of fur, tipped garbage cans, and loud crunching sounds. No. Use needles, cans, and metal scrap? Are you using needles, cans, and metal scrap? Because I don't know why else you would have it in your house. Where's the kobold again? Sometimes report broken floorboards. No. Oh, the horde? Collect and store large quantities of common household refuse. Spread disease, rotten food, used syringes, and rusty metal are more common. Yep. It's the horde. Oh, you're up here because your the is non-existent realistically. I just want you guys to know that my dog came in here just to drop off a chewed up ant. Don't look at my address. A chewed up Amazon box. Like, thanks. That was it. That was the only reason.
Yeah, is there some kind of home security camera I can purchase from you guys? For the last few nights, we haven't gotten any sleep thanks to some punks outside with flashlights or something. Someone keeps flashing these bright lights through our windows at night, but I haven't been able to see who's doing it. I want to get
I
some
know
cameras
what's
so I can find
plaguing
these
you.
stupid teens for all they're worth.
Please hold.
It's the night wisp. Bright floating lights. Really wonder if, so today's Thursday, right? I wonder if Friday is going to be our last day, because I think one more day of entries should fill out the rest of these entries. Unless Sunday is our last day.
Hey, so I think I found some kind of door. I feel like maybe I should step through it. Yeah, I think I need to go inside. The wind feels so nice.
Please hold.
To be fair, I would do it. To be fair, I've always wanted to visit Narnia, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, a portal? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna step in. I might take the time to go find my bestest mates, and then I'd say, let's go on a little adventure and let's enter it together. And then we'd all step in and we'd find creatures of another world.
I think there's some kind of like squid or something in my bathroom. Like, I went into the bathroom in the middle of the night last night, you know, and I could see something slithering under near the sink with its like little tentacles or like tendrils or, you know, whatever. But when I turned on the lights, nothing was there. I checked under the towel, like under, you know, like that little soap thing and everything, but I know it's somewhere. Like, it's too freaking big to have gone down the drain. Still gotta be hiding in here.
Something's plaguing your bathroom. Okay.
Please hold.
Squid or something in my bathroom. Tube-like structures commonly emerge from their homes at night and consume any dirt and grime. Can sometimes cause leaks. Slightly larger than the pipes will therefore clog the pipe, known to make loud bubbling. It's the tendrils. I don't think it's anything up here. Soap Sprite? No, because you just look like soap. Toilet hob? 2 separate clumps of wispy hair on each side of their head. There also... Okay, I don't think it's any of these. In the middle of the night. Slithering under near the sink, it's little tendrils. Tendricles or tendrils? Nothing was there. I checked under the towel. I don't know. I'm gonna guess toilet hob. This one doesn't make any sense to me. Alright. We did it. We entered toilet hob. Our shift is ended. 70%, we're getting worse. I really was feeling confident for a lot of those. Except for the toilet hob one, really. Oh, that was Friday. I thought that that was Thursday. Thunder Peak. Great American Hikes. One of America's most dangerous yet rewarding hiking locations. And this guide will show you how you can be the best prepared for one of nature's most beautiful trails. These videos are very interesting choices. You want to ensure you come prepared with supplies to help you meet the demanding physical trails ahead. Make sure you bring hiking boots. It's a good start. definitely a good start. A water bottle. That's a great start. I highly recommend a water bottle. An iron sword. Climbing gloves. These are all necessities. If you don't have access to all these materials, be sure to consult one of the Thunder Peak Park guides before embarking. I will absolutely consult you for an iron sword. The trail. Thunder Peak is a straightforward but steep trail consisting mostly of switchbacks leading through a natural cave and finally a short climb to its pristine peak. Pace yourself as you progress. This both conserves energy and helps you appreciate the scenery around you. Why is this making me want to do it? Like, I want to hike this now. Look at that view. I want to see it. Be sure to stop and read the info signs. When you see red and yellow lines, it means you're in a high rockfall area. Travel with caution. I'm interested. Sign me up. Once you've entered the quiet zone, remain completely silent. And if I don't? As you approach the cave entrance, remove your hiking boots. What? Enter the cave. When inside the cave, move carefully and quietly. Do not stop. I'm less interested now. I'm a little more reserved with my interest of going on said hike. Follow the lights. Do not stray. Okay. If you hear the sound, stay still and unsheath your sword. Once you exit the cave, put on your boots and gloves for the final climb to the peak. Really? You made it, now enjoy the view. We made it. What a lovely view. Look at that view. That's a nice view. Alright, I'm sold again. Let's do it. Where is this? I will hike with my iron sword. We got mail from Mike. This address is no longer active. Hello, if you're receiving this email, it's because you've been emailed by this address before. The employee this address is registered to is no longer employed here at Home Safety Hotline. As of 4/30/1996, that's tomorrow. Oh, this address will be shut down and no longer able to send or receive email messages. If you still need support from HSH, please email us at support@hsh.mail. Thank you. Dang, okay. Was this person always here before? I never noticed. That's crazy. Is that... What if that's, our supervisor, Carol? What if that's Carol? You think? Saturday. Hey, Home Safety Hotline. Alright, let's clock in. Capable, oh, most commonly report hearing clattering noises at night and missing or stolen household objects.
Hark, employee. Lend thine ear once more. Supervisor Carroll here again. I've updated thy permissions to grant thee access to all relevant household hazard information. Continue thy labors, employee. Soon thy time in the soil arriveth. Prepare thy body.
What? Soon thy time in the soil arriveth, prepare thy body? Like, excuse me?
What the freak? I'm turning pink! Like, what's happened to me? The doctor said someone to take me away. I did what you told me to do! I did!
Okay. Autumn vines. They're vines with orange or red leaves that are known to slowly grow over a house, frequently occurring during the fall. Homeowners with autumn vines often report feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or blissful. Bed hag. Large humanoid creatures with an elderly woman-like appearance. They are known to dwell beneath beds, hammocks, and other suspended sleeping apparatus. Homeowners infested with bed hags will sometimes report croaking or wheezing sounds at night, or the feeling of a heavy weight on their chest at night. That sounds horrible. Brittany.
Animal has gotten into my cellar. I know it's down there because I can hear it flapping around sometimes when the house is quiet. Tell me what to do to get rid of this thing because I think it's getting into all my Pinot Noirs and Chardonnays. I found a whole bunch of broken bottles on the floor. Stupid thing is probably getting loaded.
Flapping in the cellar and drinking wine. Slimy residue, the sound of dripping or stretching. No. Dorcha is the one who delivers. Homeowners experiencing Dorcha commonly report feelings of immense dread and the sensation of being followed or pursued. They may also experience visions of a great lurking shadow. That sounds horrible. A leprechaun. Small humanoids covered in long brown hair that are known for consuming common household valuables such as jewelry, silverware, and other precious metals. Okay, so not you. Neighbors' doorways are door frame-like structures that can often appear in basements or cellars. They are known to cause confusion if stepped through, as well as parallelism. What? Shapeless creatures that commonly inhabit homes in the shape and likeness of a household pet. They are known for their tendency to replace common pets such as dogs or cats and live in their place to watch homeowners eat and sleep. Homeowners with pukas frequently report unusual or frightening pet behavior. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What would be in your cellar? Oh. Reanimations are any deceased remains of living creatures capable of moving on their own. With reanimations commonly report foul smells, soil being tracked inside the home, and large holes in the ground appearing near or around the home. Small green humanoids with leaf-like coating on their bodies. They're seen rarely in the household and reside primarily inside trees. The feeling that trees are watching them. What is flapping? It's the flapping in the basement and drinking wine. During the winter, they will deflate their bodies in order to fit inside homes and steal warm materials such as blankets or articles of clothing. Homeowners infested with the troll will frequently report missing clothes or claim to hear the shrill sounds of air escaping in the middle of the night. Warlock remnants are a residual presence often left behind by former warlocks, most commonly inhabiting older households, castles, or underground dwellings. Often report objects moving on their own, the sound of hostile warning whispers, or sighting bearded figures in reflective surfaces. So no... Oh, wine sprite? Maybe it's wine sprite. Small, large-eyed winged creatures with translucent skin. They have a long proboscis that they use to drink. Homeowners infested commonly report broken glasses in their wine have a rotten taste. Okay. I forgot that wine sprites were a thing, but that would explain it. I was thinking we would have one of everything, but I don't think we will. Like one example.
Hey, yeah.
Robert.
Thanks for nothing. I called again recently about some kitchen noises, and your people once again sent me bad info. Maybe vet your people better. I'll be going for help elsewhere. Now we're having power outages, so who knows what this thing in our house has got into now. Goodbye.
You're F, dude, because it was a hob, like I told you, and you were cranky pants, and now you have a freaking boggart on your hands. Like,
So, I think something may have died inside my desk. It stinks to high heavens, and something is leaking out of it. I had to lock the door to my office since my kids are overly curious about the smell, so I need to know what to do about this as soon as possible.
I think it's wood
Please
secretions.
hold.
This is the one I was thinking we weren't gonna have. Can be deadly to humans. Keep animals and children away. Its foul odor will be interpreted as a sweet candy-like smell to them. Oh. They're overly curious about the smell because it smells really sweet to them. This is definitely wood secretions. I'm happy we got to see that one. Wood secretions will continue indefinitely. To remove the hazard from a home, the offending wood should be replaced entirely. To prevent wood from entering the secretion stage, ensure good care is taken towards the wood in the home. Huh. Do not ever insult or shout at wood.
I think there's someone watching me. Outside, something is moving around in the trees, and I can never get a good look at them.
Oh, is this a Spriggert?
I've seen their eyes. I don't know who they are, but the police were no help. They just asked me stupid questions like if I mowed my lawn recently or if I ate fruit in public or something, and told me to call you. Hoping you'll be more helpful.
Please hold.
I think this is the... I went too far. Spriggan. Act violently upon homeowners when provoked. Homeowners affected by the Spriggans commonly report rapid vine growth in and around their homes and the feeling that the trees are watching them. This has to be it. Oh, unless you think it's just the Spriggan tree. No. I think it's straight up just a Spriggan. Sending info to client. Here you go. The trees are watching you. Have fun with that information. Rain nymph. Imagine seeing that on your window. Dude, I'd freak out. Asking to be let inside.
My brother told me to call this number, but I don't know why. Things have never been better around here. My brother says he doesn't like the way the leaves move. The way they grow around the house like a warm embrace. Things are good here, brother. Things are good. Would you tell my brother that things are good?
Please hold.
Dizzy, lightheaded, or blissful? Nah. Can often cause household accidents thanks to their blissful, dizzying effects. Nah, your brother's right, lady. Back to back to back. We are busy.
Hi. Do you know how I got here? I'm not where I should be. please. I was told that you could help me. My family. They aren't my family. I don't know what's happened. Please tell me how to get back to my family.
I
Please hold.
don't know this one. Incredibly easy to get lost in. They're harmless. I don't think it's that. Dreamweaver? No, this has to do with the spider webs, right? Everything covered in webs. Memory Wisp takes memories, though. It doesn't affect... Yeah, your family. I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I'm not where I should be, please. It doesn't make any sense for any of these, I don't think. That's the wheezing. What was the Dorcha again? Oh, lurking shadows. Flour, cornmeal, and various species of fungi near eating areas. I'm almost thinking like mirror nymph. Homeowners affected by mirror nymphs commonly report not being able to recognize their own face. Different locations provided nobody looks in the mirror. Affected homeowners can restore their likeliness by catching the mirror nymph and breaking its mirror. Objects moving on their own, the sound of hostile warning whispers, or sighting bearded figures. Dude, I have no idea what their issue is. No, I don't even know anything that's like close. My family is not my family. These are these things. It wasn't the Dorcha. False artifacts. Like, I feel like it would be false something, but it's none of these. It's not the false beads. It's not the false flowers. It's not artifacts unless it can be, like, people. Yeah, it's not that. It's not the rose bush. Roots, fractures, frozen pipes, gopher, horde. Oh, what was this one? Oh, this was the dog, like, with broken floorboards. What was the neighbor's doorway do? Confusion of step-through is where... Oh. The resulting will often result in an unwanted household activity such as altered behavior, perceived missing memories in the human who comes through the other side. I'm gonna go with neighbor's doorway. It doesn't seem like a direct answer either, but... I don't know, parallelism? Like, I feel like this is the closest we're getting to the answer. Wander towards wishing for alternative life paths.
dinner table. It's quite big too, which has me worried that whatever produced this might still be in the house.
It's a trash
Who
gnome.
knows how big this thing is? I mean, my dog can't even lay down something that big.
Please
It's a
hold.
trash gnome. Do. Rotten eggs, large clumps of fur. Something I feel a little bit more confident about. Thank goodness. Good job. We've had this. I don't think we've had the whistling fungi. We haven't had any of these. From travel gnome to whistling fungi.
Yeah, Ball here. I'm not sure what to do anymore. My kids can't sleep at night. I've been spraying about 50 different kinds of pesticides all over the place, washed and scrubbed all the bed sheets as much as frickin' possible, and every night it's the same story. Bunch of itchy kids with nightmares waking up at 4 a.m. and begging to sleep in Papa's bed. I'm fresh out of ideas.
Please hold.
Yeah, itchy kids, itchy bed kids. Hairy creatures with pointed heads are known for their tendency to enter the sleeping quarters of humans to watch them while they sleep. Frequently report sighting them in the middle of the night or report heavy breathing sounds. Those who suffer from heart conditions. If they become bored or restless by your inhabitants' sleeping activities, there's no guarantee if they find you sufficiently entertaining. I don't think it's that. Wasn't there something else? Does this make you itchy? To only dream about everything being covered in webs. Feed off the dreams of humans. This does not cause harm. Dust pets and children. Homeowners should refrain from sleeping for as long as possible in order to starve the creature and encourage it to find a new home. No. Bed bugs? And their tendency to inhabit sleeping areas often report itchiness and sometimes a delayed onset of rashes. We're gonna go with bed bugs. I don't think we've had bed bugs yet. This is what they look like? I didn't know that. Hello? Charles?
You want to explain to me what the hell is happening? I called last week to ask why my home heater has been having issues, and nothing's changed after following the instructions you sent me. Be quiet. I know your teeth hurt, but Daddy's on the phone right now. Anyway, we're still freezing our butts off over here, so tell me what the hell is happening right now so I can get this fixed properly.
How am I supposed to be able to fix your heater, bro? Like, call a heating service. I don't...
Please hold.
What do I have to do with your heater? Literally, none of these have to do with heaters. Do heaters use pipe? I know our heaters, like our radiators, use like hot water through pipes. This would clean it though. My home's heater has been having issues and nothing's changed. Freezing our butts off. Tell me what is happening. Dude, I don't know. I'm just gonna say you have frozen pipes. I literally have no idea. Like, it's not like you really gave me, but you're freezing, so it must be cold outside. You have frozen pipes. There you go. Go fix it. Like, what are you? You're a grown man, alright? Some of these people have real issues, and then you're calling me because your heater doesn't work? Grow up. Edward.
Some pranksters might be giving my wife and I a run for our money. Lately, my wife's clothes have started going missing, and at night I keep hearing this strange whoopee cushion type sound coming from outside. I tried to scare the kids off by keeping the porch lights on at night and putting out a neighborhood watch sign, but
Oh.
Do you have any advice you can send me?
At first, I thought that this was going to be the closet. Where is it? There's something that hangs out in your closet. Or I was thinking the laundry gnome. But you know what this actually is? This is actually a troll. Believe it or not, it's a troll. During the winter, they'll deflate their bodies, that's the whoopee cushion sound, and steal warm materials such as blankets or articles of clothing. Very dangerous, thanks to their ability to inflate their bodies to their full height of 12 feet in a matter of seconds. Their skin, despite its flexibility, is incredibly durable and will smash through the ceilings in most homes when fully inflated. Dang, do not ever approach a troll. Buddy, you got a troll problem. That's like one of the worst problems you could have. Who's next? Who's our next caller? Let me help you. Let me fix you. Hello? Sometimes, okay, I was like, sometimes you gotta click on stuff. Charles?
Screwed up again. Real good information you gave me here. It didn't fix anything. Would you shut up? Daddy's on the phone. Why is your mouth bleeding? What are you pointing at? What the hell is that?
I have no idea what his problem could have been. I feel like sometimes we're not supposed to help everybody because we need those little pieces of extra content. Uh-oh. I hope you guys remember all the articles.
Hello, I saw your commercial and I thought I would call just in case you might know what's going on. I was recently putting on my kettle for a bit of afternoon Earl Grey when I heard this awful buzzing sound coming from the cupboard. I looked around inside, but I couldn't find anything but a few loose tea leaves. I'm quite concerned about the hornets and the bees and the like because I'm quite allergic to their stings, you know. So I just wanted to know if there's anything I should be worried about right now. My hearing isn't what it used to be, after all.
Instinctually, I'm thinking about the false artifacts. Because they buzz, but I don't remember if... Yeah, of course. I don't remember if the elderly... I know it said children and animals could really hear them. But, I mean, it could just be bees. Well, she said nothing was in it, though. Loose tea leaves. I don't remember what could make a buzzing sound. I'm gonna say it's a... We've already had false artifact. Maybe it is just bees. Should we just say it's bees? Should we just panic this old lady? We're just gonna say it's bees. Just call someone in there to look at your closet. I don't quite remember. I know this makes a buzzing sound. Bees also make a buzzing sound, though. This one's also messed up? Uh-oh. Christy.
Hi, we need some medical help. I'm not exactly conditioner already, but he said to call here, so we've been having some trouble sleeping. I thought it was just me, but both my husband and I started feeling shortness of breath around the same time. I'm worried about something spreading through our house since our kids all have asthma and some particularly severe allergies. We tried washing all the bed sheets in the house, but that didn't really help much. Thankfully, the kids haven't had any issues yet, so could you help us out sooner rather than later?
Asthma makes me think of the
Please
attic
hold.
gnome. We've been having trouble sleeping. I thought it was just me. Started feeling shortness of breath. The bed hag, I don't think makes you sick like that. Carbon monoxide just makes you dizzy. I'm gonna run it. It's so wrong, but they're not giving me like easy ones for those. It's getting hard. It's been getting hard. I don't know what's going on anymore. This one we should be able to read about though. Sheila.
Here again. I called recently to ask about some buzzing in my cupboard, and the instructions I was sent didn't work. I still hear the buzzing, and it's giving me the most awful headache. It's in my tea! It's in my tea!
Was it a tea sprite? I didn't think they buzzed. Where's the... I'm gonna feel so bad. Commonly report leaf-like droppings and sounds of fluttering. Maybe you could do buzzing as fluttering. Okay. I should have just scrolled down and seen tea sprite.
I've been hearing this weird sound coming from the walls. Not exactly sure what it is, but I've been having a hard time sleeping at night because of this sound.
Okay.
Can you hear that? It's been non-stop lately. I've replaced all of my smoke detector batteries and everything, but I cannot figure out where the sound is coming from.
Is it the music that you're playing? Weird sound coming from the walls. I have a hard time sleeping at
Please
night.
hold.
And it's like music. My dog is demanding attention. I want to hear the recording again because I think she was talking about the music.
Not exactly sure what it is, but I've been having a hard time sleeping at night because of this sound.
You know what that is, actually?
Hear that? It's been non-stop lately.
It's the whistling fungi.
Smoke detector batteries and everything, but I cannot figure out where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, it's the whistling fungi. I had to turn up my volume, but I hear it now. Her description, I would not have guessed this from. And I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but I decided to listen to this audio clip earlier. I want to get a unicorn fungi. I guess we did one earlier, but it didn't mention the horn. It just talked about that dog that disappeared in all the holes in the ground. Claire.
The keeps growing. Tell me how to get rid of it. The instructions you sent didn't work and it smells so foul. I'm hearing angry voices coming from the walls. They keep telling me to eat it. Please, I don't want to eat it. Don't make me eat.
Okay, I know hers was correct. Hers was absolutely correct. All the facts matched up. She had a trash gnome. Yeah, she said rotten age, large clumps of something that her dog couldn't have created, which I'm assuming is fur.
Hello? Can you help me? There's this terrible smell in my house, and I can't figure out where on earth it's coming from. I think it's upsetting my puppy Meatball, too. He's really been acting up lately. I can hardly blame him. It smells so terribly rotten. Please, can you help?
All of these have very
Please
similar things. Often report they're furiously digging. Not harmful to humans. Regularly bathe your pet, especially after any outdoor activities. See, but the trash room smells rotten. Terrible smell. I can't figure out where on earth it's coming from. It's upsetting my puppy Meatball. What if we... Foul smells, soil being tracked. Faint, humanoids. Report flooding, no. Leprechauns? He's been really acting up lately. Is it a kobold? Or not? Wait. Sometimes report broken floorboards. No, what was that thing that... Was it a puka? Inhabit homes. Known for their tendency to replace pets. Pukas frequently report... Okay. Create other pests and things. A foul smell signifies decay. Oh, sweetie, I have some really bad information for you. Yikes. I'm so sorry. I hate this for you. Oof. It's weird for them to have an audio clip for almost all of them, like... Flipper! Is Carol still torturing you, dude? Oh! We got a 76. We did a little better. We completed Saturday. Oh, an entry browser. Oh, we can just look at all of them? Okay. But, like, why do I want to? Do you think maybe it was carbon monoxide for that other thing? Headaches? Did I say carbon monoxide? No, I said frozen pipes. I contemplated carbon monoxide and then I decided not to do it. Congratulations! We're happy to report that we are most pleased with your labors and are currently making all the necessary preparations for your impending dissension. Assuming you pass the trial, the soil is fertile. Keep up the great work and thanks for working through the weekend. What does that mean? What do you... Don't bury me. Don't bury... The girl is gone and this is here. Maybe that was Carol. Don't bury me. Okay? I should have been paying more attention to this. I don't want to go in there. You cannot make me go in that hole. Alright? Let me just do my job and help the civilians of this town. Alright? The citizens of our neighboring neighborhood of people. Just don't put me in the hole. They're gonna do it, aren't they? Shit. Thy trial hath begun? Hi. We are many. We are above. We are followers of our queen. What are we?
Please hold.
Oh, you're bees. Can't read anything. We have to go. Okay. It really is a trial. We have to remember all of this. Info successfully sent. I wonder if we can exit and look at the online ones. They're really testing us. That is so crazy. I hope we can do this. What do we have to get? Like more than a 50%? I am not living, yet I clatter. I am small, I am weak. I serve my purpose, then I die. What am I? I'm not living, but I clatter. I serve my purpose, then I die. But you're not living. Can we... Oh, no, I don't want to exit. I serve my purpose, then I die. But these are all... No, I'm gonna say false beat. I forget that you have to go in here to do it. Okay. I don't know why that's calling to me, but sure. I can't believe we are probably gonna lose this and then have to study. Forge ahead. I just don't want to wind up like Mike. I don't want to be Mike. I am the beggar, I am the encroacher of the dry. I am friend to the water of the sky. What am I? Oh!
Please hold.
You are the rain nymph. Certainly are. That is exactly what you are. Eee. Press on, employee! I don't know why I want to succeed, because I'm gonna be buried, and that's what I don't want, but I also feel like it would be worse to lose. I am the harbinger of death. I am the bringer of pestilence. I am forever the nuisance. What am I? Forever the nuisance.
Please hold.
Are you... Well, I don't know. Are you floor roots? The bringer of pestilence. I mean, it would help if I knew the exact definition of pestilence. I thought that was, like... I don't know. So far, I think that we might potentially have a 50%. I think we've gotten 2 correct and 2 wrong. Rejoice? I seek the domains of those who have too much. Step within and they lose their way. What am I?
Please
Oh, you're the
hold.
labyrinth. Closet labyrinth. Expand thy mind. I wonder how many questions we'll have. This makes me so nervous. hello. We are companions of the gardens. We compel those who tread to tread no longer. What are we?
Please
You
hold.
are the Spriggans, I think. Because it says, like, do not kill, let go thy stilted soul. Don't kill any, like, plants in the eyesight of a Spriggan, is what it said. Dude, I'm nervous. They're taking so long between each call. I am the dancer, I am the bringer of destruction. I consume the weak and the reckless. I am the forsaken oil and the careless light. What am I? Are you...
Please hold.
What are those? Cellar growth? Are you a cellar growth? We didn't have any of those. But I'm wondering. Forsaken oil and the careless of light. Descend? Are we actually passing this? I am the seeker. I am the one who delivers. What am I?
Please hold.
Ooh. The one who delivers. The seeker, the one who delivers. I have no idea for this one. The Dreamweaver? It has nothing to do with spiderwebs, though. But you would think that that would be a Dreamweaver definition, usually. That one didn't give us a new thing, so I feel like that was wrong. Hello? Hello, employee.
Supervisor Carol here. We've been watching you for some time, and I must say that we have been rather disappointed in your performance here. Many of our callers' lives have been altered for the worse thanks to your negligent answers. Your failure to treat your work here with the gravity it deserves has unfortunately forced us to make a very difficult choice in regards to your continued employment at HSH. Effective immediately, your employment here has been terminated. We wish you the best in your future endeavors.
No! We didn't pass! I wonder if you could only get 3 wrong answers or something. Not only did we not pass, but I'm pretty sure that we're a mouse? We're an unemployed mouse? It's restarting us from Sunday? Okay, we're gonna read through the... I want to pass this. Please begin... Okay. No. Get me out of the... I want to go to the... Oh, this takes me to the main menu. The main menu. Please tell me that's not correct. Oh no, here we go. Okay. The browser is still here. I want to look through this and read through these real quick, and then we're going to do the quiz again. Okay, so we have animations are very miniature humanoid figures such as dolls, puppets, or marionettes that are capable of moving on their own. Homeowners with animations most commonly report hearing clattering noises at night and missing or stolen household objects. They're usually not directly dangerous to humans, but will ignore them entirely as they go about their business, but their presence in a household may indicate the interest of other potentially dangerous parties. Most animations will depart or collapse on their own after completing their intended function, and no further action is needed. If an animation persists for more than a few days in a single location, it may be a sign of more dangerous activity. Okay. The attic gnome makes noises, reports a knocking or rapping sound, a surplus of dust. Feeding habits can often be a boon. They consume dust, cobwebs, and household pests such as spiders. Frightened, they will violently expel their meals. Recommended to dust to clean your attics and ceilings regularly. Okay. The autumn vines crawl over your house. Dizzy, lightheaded, or blissful. Pheromones released in the air, while not toxic, can often cause household accidents. Okay. Inspecting the soil. Bats identified large ears, wings, and dark fur. Commonly report sounds of scratching or flapping and sights of small dry pellet droppings. Bats are more dangerous than the most household pests given their ability to fly, bite, and spread disease such as rabies. They also commonly have associations with the ones above the soil, increasing the potential danger. Feeding on the blood of humans, sleeping areas, itchiness, delayed rashes, dangerous diseases. Oh, not known to transmit dangerous diseases. Can attract other pests. They use them as a food source. The bed hag is the wheezing, right? Dwell beneath beds, hammocks, and other suspended sleeping apparatus. Homeowners infested with bed hags will sometimes report croaking or wheezing sounds at night or the feeling of a heavy weight. Oh, so the difficulty breathing at the same time was probably the bed hag for that one couple. Did I say bed? I think I said bed hag for them. They're not dangerous to most healthy human adults, but small children and humans suffering from breathing problems such as asthma may be adversely affected by their presence. Bed hags are known to steal the breath of their sleeping subjects at night, causing a shortness of breath and sometimes sleep paralysis. They can, in fact, be beneficial to a home. Their presence can frighten off other pests such as various insects or mice. Interesting. Okay, so the bed teeth grow. Part of the problem is that they ask all the questions in riddles. I wonder if the questions will be the same. Given their brief sleeping schedules, lead to infections and the open wounds they cause. The bees, I feel like this question was right. Matriarchal flying insects. They can attract the attention of larger, more dangerous pests. Yeah. Okay. God, I really don't want to go through all of these. Immediately dangerous to humans. The boggarts cause a ruckus in the night, right? Hairy humanoids between 6 to 7 feet tall. Extremely dangerous. Carbon monoxide. Headaches, dizziness, or lethargy. Faint rustling in the walls. Cellar grotto, bad smells, higher humidity, beetles, frogs, and pests. Heightened humidity they introduce can cause warped floorboards, weakened foundation, and other hazards. Present them with a gift of gold. Their creator often resides somewhere within the grotto's subterranean lake. For safety, bring spelunking and snorkeling equipment on your excursion. Dang. That'd be crazy to go spelunking in your cellar. Grow in dark, damp environments such as cellars. Homeowners infested with the cellar growth report slimy residue, the sound of dripping or stretching, or strange glows. Most commonly grow on ceilings. Their weight can often cause duress to a home's foundation, and as such, their removal will be prioritized. The slimy residue they drip onto the floor can also be toxic to small animals or humans. Closet labyrinth we definitely got correct. They go into the wealthy homeowners' closets, and we're missing clothes, the sound of distant cries, incredibly easy to get lost in. Okay. Commonly reporting droppings that appear. I'm confused by the one that was like, we do not live, and once our mission is over, we die, or something. They frequently inhabit kitchens and other areas used to prepare food. Small humans, gray burlap skin, no false face, consume dust, dirt, and common sticky substances. They're not dangerous unless provoked. Dust cob is like the same. Commonly report feelings of immense dread and sensation of being followed or pursued. They may also experience visions of a great lurking shadow. Oh, they will deliver what it seeks. There is no coming back from deliverance. Dorcha is otherwise harmless to humans. It does not seek. To be sought by Dorcha is to be found by Dorcha. If you are a loved one or sought by Dorcha, it is advised to grieve and find peace through acceptance. Oh, so this was the answer when we said Dreamweaver, I believe. Spider-like creatures known to weave dreams into reality. They also are known to cause nearby humans to only dream about everything being covered in webs. They will move into a household if no other spiders are present. Parasitic in nature and feed off the dreams of humans while they sleep. While this does not cause any direct harm to humans, it can lead to increased anxiety, and the large webs they weave can often trap dust, pets, and children, causing further complications. So this was like flour on the table. This was like flowers coming out of your face. Headaches, fever, eye discoloration, seeds taking root. Oh, so this was the problem with that one guy. And we couldn't read, so I said carbon monoxide, I think. Manifested only in a home, gentle buzzing. Out of place objects or missing children or pets. Be left alone with false effort, there are risk of being encased within. Once encased, no noise made by the prey can be heard. While digesting can take upwards of several years to complete, starvation can be a more pressing concern. Known to trick gardeners into harvesting and eating them by disguising themselves amongst their vegetables. They're harmless unless eaten, at which point they will take root in the human stomach, feeding off its nutrients for a lifetime. This will be caused... See, this is what I was thinking that was, like, not alive. And they're only alive for the course of the human's life, like, once they take root. Potted plants disguising themselves. Harmless unless you attempt to disrupt them. Causing blindness or loss of sight. These are the bushes that take your kids and have feetsies. I really don't want to read through all of these again, so I think we're gonna try and do... I just hope that it doesn't... I hope we were close. I hope we were close. Yeah. Let's start our shift and try again. We're clocking in. Trial hath begun. I'm assuming if it goes on to the next stage, then we got it right. Like, if the picture changes, then it means we were correct. I would think. I'm not sure. We get our phone call? We are many, we are above, we are followers of our queen. What are we? Yeah, okay, so that's the bees again. So it seems like it's in the right, like the same order. I'm gonna get out our notebook just so that way if we find one where we think we're wrong, we can like write it down maybe. Showcase thy knowledge. Yeah, so I think we were right because it went on to the next image. Give me thy next question. I am not living, yet I clatter. I am small, I am weak. I serve my purpose, then I die. What am I? This one is... I feel like this one is wrong. I don't know. It says, yet I clatter. I'm writing down keywords. Serve, then die. Like...
Please hold.
But I... Oh, is it bed? I wouldn't think it's bed teeth. We're gonna guess it though. Because your teeth can clatter. Or is that like chatter? I guess. Not living, but I clatter. I'm small, I am weak. I don't know. I don't think that was right, but the image changed. Come on. You make me so anxious. Thank you. I am the beggar. I am the encroacher of the dry. I am friend to the water of the sky. What am I? So
Please
this is
hold.
definitely the rain one. I'm feeling really confident about that. Where are you? The rain nymph. I'm like very confident. Press on, employee. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. How many questions are you gonna ask me? And how long do you take between each question? I am the harbinger of death. I am the bringer of pestilence. I am forever the nuisance. See, this one is also like... I wonder if this is the hookah. Like,
Please
I don't
hold.
know for sure. Oh, maybe it's just a housefly. It might just be a housefly. Am I overthinking that one? Oh. Rejoice. Rejoice. If it moves that much, I just wish I knew the tell of like if we were correct or wrong, or if it doesn't show, or what the case is. The fact that it shook that much makes me think that it was wrong. It went like, but I don't remember if the last one did that. I seek the domains of those who have too much. Step within and they lose their way. So you're
Please
the
hold.
labyrinth one, so I'm 100% sure about this, which means, let's see if it does that shake. Okay, it does. Expand thy mind. Makes me so nervous. Like the anxiety that I have just waiting for the next phone call to come in. Okay, here it is. I think this is the one we died on last time. We're companions of the gardens. We compel those who tread to tread no longer. No, this is not the one we died on last time. And I'm pretty sure that this is the... I'm still pretty sure this is the Spriggans. I think I was correct. Last quiz. Okay. Let go thy stilted soul. I just want to make it through. I don't want to be a little unemployed mouse again. Here it is. I am the dancer, I am the bringer of destruction, I consume the weak and the reckless, I am the forsaken oil and the careless light. What am I? Are you actually going to be the night? Forsaken oil and the careless light.
Please hold.
I wonder if you're gonna be the night gnome? Or the night wisp. I don't remember what the night wisp is. I think the night wisp was the one that had the light. Wasn't it? I don't know this one. We have to write it down. Bringer of destruction. That way we can look at... If we fail, we can... The forsaken oil. I have not finished a train of thought. If we fail, we can go back to the menu and look these up. Is what I was going to say. We're going to just do night nymph. Or night wisp. I don't know. Hey, descend! This is the one that we died on last time. And I think the answer is Puka Dorcha. The seeker, I am the one who delivers. Yeah, the Dorcha was the deliverer, it said.
Please hold.
So, this is the answer. I wonder if that's just the last question. She looks different. She's smiling.
Carol here. We've been watching you closely. For all this time, you have been providing excellent and accurate answers to our callers. These acts will not go unrewarded, and I'm pleased to report that you have qualified for a promotion. Please stand by while I prepare thy promotion. Promotion in progress. Please stand by.
We got promoted, dude! Are we a little promoted Mouseketeer now?
Please, be not afraid. Come close.
Carol? Are we joining the Fae? What is happening? I have a suspicious feeling that if you put a crown on my head, I would not be able to see it.
All hail our new junior supervisor!
David Johnson, the prank caller. David Johnson, are you from Wisconsin? I gotta know. I love this little video, this credits video. Dude, we got promoted to junior supervisor. That's sick. That was really cool, actually. I really liked the quiz aspect of it. Like, it wasn't just a big game. It was good. Like, it wasn't just, oh, there's an art book. Oh, let me bring you guys back. It didn't just have like quirky little stories. Like, I liked the quirky stories and stuff, but I loved having the quiz side of things because I'm a little nerd like that. I'm Nick Lives, the creator of Home Safety Hotline. If you're here reading this, it hopefully means you're invested enough in this game to be curious about its development. If so, you've come to the right place. This is a peek into the game's art, development process, and all the human messiness that entails. I hope you enjoy this thorough and admittedly indulgent look into what went into making Home Safety Hotline the game it is. Cool. Oh, this is so, okay, we're gonna, you know what, he pulled me in. We're gonna read through this and look at the art together. Influences. When I was maybe 10 or 12 years old, my grandmother gifted me a Dungeons & Dragons monster manual she picked up from a thrift store. Immediately, I fell in love with this book, despite having no idea what its purpose was. I would scour its pages, constantly learning everything I could about its many, many imaginative creatures. Since I started developing games, I very much wanted to make a game about the pure joy I experienced flipping through a bestiary. Many games have featured in-game bestiaries, but rarely it is important to actually read through them in much detail. Yeah, I do like that aspect, but I think it was really nice the way that they pulled it all together to, like, it didn't just feel like you were reading a bunch of info about creatures, because there was interactive aspects of it as well, which is really great. My first attempt at crafting a game based around my love for bestiaries was a game aptly titled Bestiary, a fantasy game in which you would play as a researcher testing the dead bodies of monster corpses with various magical implements in an attempt to write an accurate bestiary entry for them, noting properties as you went. This prototype never really made it past the conceptual stage, with these concept art pieces and a crude, interactable UI being as far as I took it. I wasn't fully happy with this direction as it was rather art-heavy, seemed too generic, and felt little like the activity that inspired it. Skip ahead a while, and my wife and I wind up both getting jobs as actors at a local fantasy theme park called Evermore Park, in which she plays a beautiful fairy, and I voiced and puppeteered this big monster called the Fae King. The park gave a lot of What state is this park in? I'm like obsessed with the idea that everybody participating in this is from Wisconsin. The park gave a lot of improvisational freedom to its actors, and my wife and I both wound up really stretching some creative muscles while we were there. Every day we'd be crafting up stories to the spot for guests and improvising scenes with other actors. Eventually, many of the actors quit or were let go, but the park left a substantial creative void within many of the people who worked there, myself included. Sorely missed performing and improvising with other actors, and the constant but rewarding creative challenge of the tale weaving and lore crafting on the fly. That's so cool. During the pandemic, as things felt increasingly dire and lonely, I wrote up a new design document called 1-800 Bestiary, a game about answering calls for a hotline that prescribes solutions to various kinds of monster infestations. The hope was, with the caller angle, I'd be able to wrangle a bunch of actor friends into this fun and quick project, and maybe we'd all get a chance to recreate some of that creative spark and finally get to scratch my childhood bestiary itch. Alas, other priorities came up with other projects I was developing, so 1-800 Bestiary remained on the back burner. The ghouls and stuff. At the end of 2022, I released a horror game called Night Signal that I'd been trying to finish for the past few years, and while the game didn't perform great financially, it sure seemed to resonate with those in YouTube's comment section. Because I'm a weak human who craves validation naturally, I read each and every comment as it came in. I'd see some people say Night Signal reminded them of something called analog horror. I gave into curiosity and started going down this analog horror rabbit hole. People die for analog horror. Like, I feel like there's a whole section of people who are just obsessed with this style of horror games. Once again, I immediately fell in love. Here was this incredibly fascinating subgenre of horror that oozed with creativity and its secondhand approach to storytelling, all while being wrapped in an instantly recognizable and nostalgic aesthetic. Gemini Home Entertainment, in particular, quickly became a favorite, with its more subdued approach in presenting its horror so matter-of-factly buried inside informational videos about mundane topics like wildlife and camping. Yeah. During my newfound love affair with analog horror, it occurred to me at some point that the genre would be a perfect match for 1-800-Bestiary's gameplay concept, and right away I revived the pitch and started on crafting a working prototype. I settled quick on a Windows 95-inspired interface since analog horror was frequently channeling 90s-era media formats, and it felt like the only natural digital equivalent. I only crafted this quick proof of concept piece before building the interface engine and iterating from there. The new working title was now Lunar Archives, as I tentatively decided the new concept would revolve around aliens. At this time, the idea was that the aliens monsters could be from anywhere in the world, since that opened the largest number of creative possibilities. I struggled to come up with interesting monsters in such a broad setting, however, and it didn't really feel scary yet to read about a monster that lives nowhere near me. I like that. Oh, Grinch, that would have been cool. Like, I like that idea, but I don't know. Labeling it as aliens, your mind gets tunnel vision, I think. The bestiary's entries increasingly felt like they needed to be more personal to be scary, so I decided the monsters should all be things that live in your house. Out of curiosity, I asked my wife one day if she knew of any folklore about monsters that live in your house. The answer was goblins. Hell yeah, now we're talking. I excitedly grabbed one of my sketchbooks so I could doodle up some weird gobbos and the new, more fitting title idea. Home Safety Hotline. Analog horror meets Papers, Please. Huh. As soon as I started reading up on House Goblin folklore, I instantly felt like a kid again, and the monster ideas just started flowing out. The first monster design I did was this first Hob photo. I dove right into Photoshop and started painting my interpretation of a little goblin into a photograph of a living room, Trevor Henderson style. I gave him little troll doll style tufts and some simple slits for eyes, trying to evoke a Guillermo del Toro-esque spirit of grounded, scary, but whimsical. I loved the Hobs. They were so incredibly cute and pesty at the same time. After drawing my first Hob, I got a little carried away in my sketchbook, dreaming up different varieties of these weird little guys and detailing how they would function. Different hair and false faces would denote different species and bring them closer in line with the big-nosed goblin designs everyone is familiar with. Ew, skin sheds when fully transformed. Yeah. Ew. The shedding when transformed is like, ugh. Ew! That's their... Sometimes we'll grow fake nose and smile as defense coddle mechanism. So weird. It didn't take long for me to go deep diving into Wikipedia to discover even more stories of Fae and begin interpreting them under the lens of my newfound design ethos, treating each creature as though it were simply some kind of bizarre animal. The idea for the inflatable trolls came from a mix between the folklore of trolls and spriggans, where spriggans were said to be small creatures that could grow to enormous size. When I read this, it made me think of pufferfish, and I laughed as I tried to picture what such a creature would look like when deflated. I gave this ability to the trolls because folklore usually portrayed them as too big to enter people's homes, and spriggans felt like they had plenty of distinctive qualities already. What gets me is the whoopee cushion sound that was applied within game. Singing shrooms, harmless mushrooms, grow from walls and floor. Tasty. The evacuation immediately, if they all harmonized, was such a good writing, point. When drawing monsters, I frequently would find myself having to paint the entire monster in order to get certain poses to feel accurate before erasing parts of them later to hide them behind some furniture or blurring them to oblivion. And then, of course, they would be crushed into tiny pixels by the end anyway. Less is more, after all, but I still had to draw them more to get there. I feel that. I'm scared by a lot of stupid, silly things. As such, both humor and horror can feel like one at the same sometimes. When I read about the stories of the puka who pretends to be a horse just to buck people around to scare them for a laugh, I thought of what the indoor modern equivalent might be and immediately thought of those viral photos of tiny dogs creepily staring at their owners. This is the result, and it might be my proudest artistic achievement. I hated this. I hated the pukas. In the best way. These gnomes in particular may have suffered the most from the reduction of image fidelity when compared to their paintings, so here they are in all their higher definition glory. Check them out. Check out them little guys. This is so cool. Oh, I see. I thought this was a squirrel at first. The Spriggan, by far, may be the hardest creature to spot. All throughout development, I've asked playtesters to try and find the Spriggan. No one has found the Spriggan. I could consider this a failure on my part as a designer, but instead I left it as is in the final product. Make it this as you will. I think that's more of a win and not a failure, because I think that's the point of them, right? You're not supposed to know they're there, you're just supposed to feel like they're watching you, so not being able to directly point them out is a win. The troll is another creature that I painted in far more detail before blurring him to hell and back, so here he is in all his wrinkly, deflated glory for your viewing pleasure. The troll. The boggart is maybe the most traditionally spooky creature I've designed for HSH, with his uncanny human-like face and long, slender figure. After reading into boggart lore and finding out they are sort of the forefathers of our modern-day boogeyman, it seemed only fitting to make the boggart more traditionally ghoulish. The trash gnome was inspired by a fan suggestion described as Oscar the Grouch, but worse. The thought of a muppety creature with a large mouth that lives in trash was too entertaining to pass up. To create the trash gnome, I took a photo of a raccoon and rearranged the eyes and head to create our scruffy little friend. Oh, ew! I didn't even notice the eyes were there. This is once again another creature where I created more than would be seen in the end result. Disgusting, and that made it so much worse. To source photographs for entries, I would browse free-use CCO photography libraries for photos that looked like they would be perfect for photoshopping a monster within, but on occasion I would stumble upon a photograph that was so intriguing on its own I would be inspired to write an entry for it as is. This photo, for example, by Tasha Kamrowski, was immediately captivating and inspired the Mirror Nymph entry on its own. I changed the skin tone to up the creep factor slightly, but the photo was otherwise unaltered. Making people question ordinary objects in their home is both quite funny and quite creepy, and that's something these fan-suggested entries, Soap Sprite and Laundry Gnome, exhibit pretty well. The Soap Sprite is what I thought was really creepy. The design for sprites was intended to be a mix between mosquitoes and more traditional fairy designs. In general, I am frightened of most flying insects, and so I wanted the idea of having a little fairy in your home to give people like me the shivers. The wine sprite is funny. Can't believe it got locked in the basement of that lady in her wine cellar. The Warlock Remnant is in fact an edited photograph of me wearing a Halloween mask from my childhood along with a cheap vampire costume. No, it's not. I had from past Halloweens. Felt cute. Might delete later. That's hilarious. The concept of coupons came about after I received feedback from demo players asking for more motivation for playing the game well, since playing the game poorly would net you more interesting content in the form of the consequence calls. I thought that pointless employee discounts for products offered by HSH would make for funny yet lore-heavy content for high-scoring incentives, and based the look of the product images off of 90s infomercial ads. They were very much like, why is this here? But I noticed a lot of the iron inserts, like it was an iron horseshoe and like an iron something else. And so I assumed that iron had something to do with like warding off the like fae and stuff. Originally, the game over ending was a much simpler and to the point, with Carol firing the player and wiping their memory before sending them on their way. After the promotion ending was written, it was decided to come up with something a little more whimsical for the game over to be better suit the world of HSH. Inspired by Roald Dahl's The Witches, we came up with the idea that Carol should turn the player into a mouse instead. Okay, so for some reason I didn't gather that we were turned into a mouse. I was like, were we a mouse the whole time? And then I was confused when we got the good ending and we weren't a mouse. On the morning of the shoot, I molded these props from air drying clay painted them with acrylic paint, and then hastily glued some faux craft store fur onto them. David then held these in front of the camera while I filmed the ending on my living room floor. Wow. Originally, the player received their promotion at the end of their shift on Saturday, but it felt a bit too abrupt to go from an otherwise normal workday to the game's fantastical ending in the span of a single call. After a bit of brainstorming, we wound up coming up with a dedicated final trial day where you would be called by cryptic clothed callers, testing your knowledge with riddles, all without having access to your database information. That was a huge game changer. Like, I thought the game was good, but because of the final trial, like, it was challenging enough and easy enough at the same time that I thought it was really great, because you had the entire week, basically, to learn all of the information, so you kind of learned it naturally by just scrolling through all of it. And then the random cuts of input where you didn't have access to your files for a question or two at a time, like, almost made you prepare for the quiz aspect. So I think it all flowed together really well. When the game's ending was written, in order for music to be composed for it early on, the crude animated storyboard or animatic was created in order to dictate the pacing and structure of the ending so music could be written for it. The animatic and music would later also serve to guide the pacing of the actual shoot, with David shouting out the appropriate cues as we filmed. Oh, like for that credits scene? That is so funny. The promotion crown was a unique prop I hot glued together out of various craft store materials, including a small wreath like curvy sticks and fake mushrooms. Given the players only getting their first promotion, the materials involved are all more crude and common than the more lavish crown that Faye Carroll wears. In addition to playing the role of Carol, Courtney also designed the final makeup and costume look for Faye Carroll in the game's ending cutscene, depicting Carol in her truer, more ancient form. In Courtney's own words, "I want to look like a proper swamp witch." Well, you succeeded. I thought it was so cool, too, like, because I didn't think that Carol was going to be Faye. I thought she was going to be, like, some demon-y creature. It almost doesn't seem like it was a bad thing. Like, when you're getting the emails from Mike, maybe he just couldn't handle the quiz, so he got turned into a mouse, and that's why he couldn't type. But when you're getting the emails from Mike, it's like you absolutely don't want whatever they're offering you. Like, you don't want to go to the beneath. You don't want to be like a ground dweller or whatever they called them. And, but it seemed like a win. Like, you were promoted to being one of the Fae and being a junior supervisor. Like, I don't see the losing aspect of that. Faye Carroll's costume was also pieced together by Courtney herself, utilizing stressed netting, faux moss, a stressed black skirt, and finally topping it all off with a crown fashioned from faux twigs and leaves. Great job. That was really interesting. I liked looking through all of that. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I think I got all my thoughts out while going through the art book of what I was going to say originally before I realized the art book was there. But it was very interesting. I don't think I've ever played a game even mildly similar to that. It was so unique to me. I don't know if, like, obviously it drew inspiration from a lot of pieces, but I still think that it was, like, I've never heard of another game that does this kind of concept. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was really great and worth the hype and the wait. But with that being said, I'll leave it there. We got both innings. I'm assuming there was only two. Either you got fired or you got promoted, and we got both of them. So we were mouse man and we were junior supervisor. And you know what? Win-win. Okay? I didn't hate the idea of us being a mouse. I thought that was a cute concept. So, I mean, I guess it would have been confusing. Because it showed us that video about, like, smart mice. That's why these smart mice were all people that didn't... Why is this just clicking for me? They were all people that didn't pass the quiz, and that's why he said, like, help me, or whatever. Wow. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I just assumed that we already were a smart mouse, and because this was such like a creature forward company that they were willing to hire us. Like I was out here thinking Stuart Little about it. Like but that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Clearly my brain needs a break. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again in another couple of days with another fun stream for you, and we can hang out together then. Goodbye.